Happy Devils Wednesday. This is Devils. Let's go Devils post game live. I'm your host, Sam Wu, in the Primetime Radio studios as the Devils fall flat. 62, or shall I say, the JV Devils fall flat. 6-2 to the varsity New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden tonight. Lots of controversy. We'll go over that. Some scoring, lots of scoring. Again, this is preseason. It means nothing. Nothing. And I know some Rangers fans are going to be all happy. Oh, yay, we won. We won. But you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. These games don't count. These games don't count. But we should do the unhappy Devils recap. Shouldn't we? Let's do the unhappy Devils recap. Turn on the music. Music's back. This is post-game live. Primetime Radio Studios, which we will be at Taj Lounge 973 on October 15th for post-game live. Scotty from SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, myself, Beer Baron, and Short Sky will be there. Check us out after the game. But for now, post-game live, preseason style, Devils Rangers at Madison Square Garden. I hate that place. Just knock it down already. Just knock it down already. Get the wrecking ball on there. But before we begin, the JV Devils are playing the varsity Rangers. Good action. Good action in the first period. Both teams scratching, clawing at each other. Just trying to gain momentum. And then the Rangers strike first. Mika Zibanejad, or Mika I Am So Bad, scores his second preseason goal of the season by Adam Fox. And Andre Miller. 1-0 Rangers. Big whoop. Big deal. I don't really care. 3 minutes and 23 seconds in the first period. Wrist shot. Bernier wasn't really sharp, was he? Wasn't really sharp. And then we had a little incident. A little incident that was blown out of proportion. And this is probably the headliner of this Let's Go Devils postgame. Battling in the corner, PK Subban and Ryan Reeves. You never want to see anybody get hurt. It looked like a gruesome injury. Looks like a broken ankle, broken leg. That's what it looks like, not speculating. And the first person that was concerned, first player concerned, aside from Reeves himself, PK Subban. Nobody wants to see that. We wish Ryan Reeves well. Supposed to be a big part of the New York Rangers. Hopefully it's nothing that serious where he can come back. And then the controversy. And we talked about this on the State of the Fan address. And we'll go more in depth after we go over the unhappy Devils recap. Rangers up 1-0 at the end of the first period. Second period, Capocacco, second goal of the preseason, unassisted, 2-0 Rangers. 3 minutes and 58 seconds in the second period. And then here he strikes again. Mika, I am so bad. Zibanejad scores the second of the game, third of preseason, assisted by Adam Fox, Ryan Strome. 3-0 Rangers on a power play goal. On a power play goal. And hearing Sam Rosen say, and it's a power play goal. Not good. Not good, Devils fans. But will the Devils roar back? Will they roar back? Andres Janssen scores his first of the preseason, wants to be on this team, needs to show results. 3-1 Rangers, scoring midway in the second period, assisted by Jesper Bratt and Pavel Zacha. 3-1 Rangers, but that was short-lived. Rangers score again, 4-1. Again, 5-1. I don't want to mention names because I don't like this team. 5-1 Rangers at the end of the second period. 5-1 Rangers at the end of the second period. Third period, Marian Studenic scores 10:46 of the third. Jankowski with the assist. 5-2 Rangers. They're not giving up, but Panarin scores for the Rangers to seal the deal. 6-2 Rangers. 3 stars of the game. All Rangers, so who cares? Not gonna name names. Kind of a pissed off Devils fan right now. Rangers win 6-2 in Madison Square Garden. Devils actually outshot the Rangers 34-32. As they did have, it was pretty competitive in the first period, but the Rangers had their number one starter and Devils had Jonathan Bernier. Rangers had the edge on faceoffs. Rangers 1 for 3 on the power play. Devils 0 for 2. Penalty minutes. Rangers out-hit the Devils 36-31. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this post-game live. 666 King Drummer writes on YouTube Live, someone tell the Rangers that 70s goon hockey doesn't work these days. Why tell them? Why tell them? Little Fireboy, haha, the Willy Wonka again. All right, so I mentioned this on State of the Fan Address earlier. Those that are tuning in. Let me just say this. The whole thing was blown out of proportion by the Rangers. Looking at slow motion videos on their iPad scoreboard. Then they felt compelled to let PK Subban know. Obviously, it was an accident. He did not intentionally try to hurt Ryan Reeves. And that's where I have a problem with it. Some of you folks said, hey, Subban needs to drop the gloves, answer the bell. No, he doesn't. This is preseason. This is a throwaway game. But again, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say, hey, you do not lose to the New York Rangers. I mean, Chris Kreider, how obvious you want the captaincy. Oh, showing your leadership. Showing your leadership. I'm just going to pick on PK Subban and pick on him and pick on him and pick on him. And by the way, and some of you may not agree, but, good on PK because Kreider's a waste of time for him. Really is. Kreider's a great player. Talented. Got some speed. Been on the Rangers for a while. But come on. It was an accident. It's not like PK purposely hurt Ryan Reeves. I mean, heck, look what he did to Nico Heischer last year. Look, he's bad luck. It happens. It's part of the game. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. And trying to make something out of nothing, some artificial infuriation, that's what I felt. I want to hear you, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Wasn't like Chris Kreider just artificially infuriating, trying to get his teammates going? Yeah, we're going to defend our guy for an accident. Which, if you want to know about slew footing, usually when slew footing, the skate's up in the air. No, his skate got caught. And that's where the damage really was done. And, I hope hopefully this is like 6 to 8 weeks or nothing. But he was hurting pretty bad. And it didn't look right. I'll admit that. It did not look right. It doesn't make you feel well. But come on. PK Subban? And then what was that unsportsmanlike penalty? The matching. It's almost like the refs are like, all right, we got to give a matching here. We can't just give it to the one, I believe it was Kreider, who was all over PK Subban with something to prove that he's a leader and he's a tough guy. But this is why we have rivalries. Little Fireboy 87. Gravy didn't have his best game, but the team in the blocks was 4. Adam. Ryan Graves could have played better. But again, it was a JV lineup tonight. It's a JV lineup. Back to back. Devils play tomorrow night against the New York Islanders at Prudential Center, 7 p.m. Eastern start. The entire team wasn't there. You didn't have Nico Heischer, Jack Hughes, who was getting better, by the way. Damon Severson, Ty Smith, injuries. I think the Devils are going to be okay. They're going to be okay. Again, they won 4 in a row, start preseason. This is kind of one of these games. It's like, yeah, we already beat them 7-1. Steve Tardis will be JV lineup tomorrow as well. They do not wish to risk injuries. Hey, maybe the Rangers should have put their JV lineup tonight. If you didn't want to risk injury. I mean, it's part of the game. It's unfortunate. But is this going to carry over? You know what would be really pathetic if this actually carried over into the regular season over something that stupid. It's like, are they trying to show the coach, Gerard Gallant, that, yeah, we're over Tom Wilson. We're the big, bad, tough New York Rangers. Please. And you got to think that Tom Wilson is just laughing at this artificially infuriated fake toughness. Not going to make any friends over across the river. And Gallant, I agree with you, 666 King drummer. He's not going to be there. He has a history, He's going to do well the first couple of years and then moving on. Some coaches are like that. But it should make for a heated rivalry. I mean, you don't need all the shenanigans. The Devils-Rangers rivalry has been going on for years. There's no need to add more fuel to the fire. What I want to see is like real emotion. But I don't know. Just irks me. Everything about it just irks me. But good on PK Subban. And besides, my money's on PK if he really did drop the gloves and try to fight Kreider. Kreider wouldn't even have a chance. Wouldn't even have a chance. Well, maybe I'm sounding like sour grapes. Maybe I'm just, on my third podcast in the last 4.5 hours. But we must move on. Devils play the Islanders tomorrow night at Prudential Center. I'll be in the primetime radio studios going solo. Game day live, folks. Game live. All in preparations for our big October 15th live event at Taj Lounge 973 across the street from the Prudential Center. Steve Charter says, Sam the Iron Man. Well, let me tell you something. It's because of you fans that get me going. That's why I'm all hyper and all pissed off. Matt Banky, the Rangers fan, has joined in. Matt, let me ask you this. Do you really think that PK Subban actually did it on purpose? Come on. Silly shenanigans coming from a wannabe captain, Chris Kreider. Showing that leadership. I like Mason Kirsten. He's a pretty cool guy. He's trying to make the team, doing his job. But you know what? I just don't want to see the Devils ever get pushed around. But you know what? Good on PK. This is a throwaway game. It's preseason. Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty heated and all that, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth pummeling Chris Kreider because he wants to prove a point. Waste of time and energy. The best revenge is the scoreboard and doing it with style. That's what you should be doing. Because the Devils have been losing so much over the last 10 years. Let's start winning first before we start fighting other players. Get that winning mindset going. Because then, if they start shenanigans and you're a winning team, yeah, then you go pummel them. It's more effective that way. Well, tomorrow, Devils Islanders should be fine-tuning. And then we have a week off, and then we got the regular season coming up. October 15th. I can't wait. Can't wait to see you all again at Taj Lounge 973, formerly known as PJ Ryan's. It's going to be a big podcast, literally and figuratively. Shorts Guy will be there. Beer Baron will be there. I will be there. Vinny Parisi at Pucks and Pitchforks will be beaming him in from Chicago. Scotty at SiriusXM Liquid Metal will help me close out the Let's Go Devils post-game big day, October 15th. A new era is going to begin. Will Alexander Holtz and Dawson Mercer make the team? Will they have significant playing time? They've looked great so far. They didn't play tonight. Because to me, they're on the varsity. Jonathan Bernier needs to play a little bit better. Maybe a lot better. Special teams. Work on it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the post-game live. dropping this podcast in about 20 minutes on all of our podcast pages, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart app, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, it's a bummer. And also dropping State of the Fan address as well at midnight. Well, I'm going to bed. It'll be another day tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Says Ramona Rice. Keep your head up. It's only preseason. It doesn't count. Let the Ranger fans have their day. That their varsity team beat our JV team. Big whoop. Doesn't even count. All right. That's all for now. This is Post Game Live. Till next time, let's go.